Boys, 25 July 2023, Tuesday, about 5:35 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. That's that CZ457, got that Lilja HM2 aftermarket barrel on it, okay? Now, I've got more than one of these barrels, and I can't speak for all barrels. I'll tell you what I'm seeing with this barrel here, and I've shot quite a few rounds down this barrel. Watching it for accuracy, watching it for how many shots can I shoot it before I start seeing it, go bad. Well, anyway, I just walked out the door here. I fired a 5-shot group. You see it right there in that circle. Now, it's a little misleading looking at that. See that circle there? There's the group, 5 shots. Okay, that's small, boys. That's 61 yards on the laser. Okay? This is a no bullshit video. Now, you see some other holes on this target. Well, what I've been doing for, the last few days is playing around with this gun, shooting it. Now, I did play with a CCI V&T, and I've seen something very similar with it that I'm going to talk about here with the Hornady. So the question comes up, well, how often do you clean a HM2 barrel, and how do you do it? Well, here's what I do. Based on my shooting, here's what happens with this gun with the varmint, or the CCI V&T and the Hornady VMAX with this rifle right here, both 17 grainers. This gun will start shooting extremely well. And it will just quit shooting. And it will start shooting high. And it will shoot to the left. Very seldom does it start shooting to the right, point of impact, where you're aiming. And high. And here's what else you'll notice. The recoil will come up on the gun. I can feel the recoil come up on it. When that lead area back here in this chamber gets to a point, the pressure evidently starts building. That bullet's trying to get out of there. So the gun will start printing a little high, and it will print to the left generally. I think I've seen one shot print to the right. Okay, now how many shots are we talking? Based on what I've seen with this barrel, I think you could safely shoot 55 to 60 rounds down it. Okay? If you start getting into the 75 and 80 territory, you're getting into borderline territory. Okay? And I've done this enough times, enough frequency, and I even did a few different cleaning procedures. Okay? Even just pulling a bore snake and shooting. Now, does that help the gun and make it shoot better? Yes. For how long? Probably not as long as a good cleaning, okay? I use this stuff here on a Q-tip in the chamber, okay? Push the Q-tip down in there, seafoam. It says it's safe for painted surfaces. This is a real fast carbon remover. So I went into 3 Q-tips with this, go down in from the bolt there, down in the chamber, push them as far as I can without, where I can still pull them back out. Then I take the dry side of the Q-tip and go down in there. Okay. So is that all you really need to do to this gun? Well, you can do that and pull a couple of patches, about 3 patches, and go shoot the gun. Will it shoot good? Yep. But here's something that I noticed, because I did this 3 successive times, and I thought the last time, I said, this gun's not shooting as good. So what I did is I did the same thing I just told you, except I took hops number 9, used a nylon brush and come down the barrel 4 times. I wet that brush, come down it, come down it, come down it with an Otis cleaning system, come down it, I believe it was 4 times, let the gun sit for just a little while, pulled patches through it until the patches come out dry. I think it took about 4 or 5. Okay, then that barrel seemed to be even would shoot better, and it would shoot longer better. Not by much. So what I'm trying to tell you, most of your accuracy loss in one of these barrels seems to be coming from that section right there. If that gets messed up, that's when your accuracy really suffers. You will see some accuracy with this part of the barrel out here getting some, maybe a little copper in it. Now, I've seen very little copper on patches. I've looked at it under good light. I've seen very little, okay? Very, very little. So I just thought I would share this. This is typical of this gun, what I showed you right here. Okay, that's a typical, I've been seeing that with this gun right here. 61 yards. And I practice at that distance, and I even took this scope off today because I wanted to check to make sure I had this scope real good and level. Because I took this mounting scope off of a 455 and just put it on here. Well, I checked it, and it seems to be, based on all the instruments I have to use to check it, it's dead nuts on. Okay, so yeah, I would say you could safely shoot. Now, as far as fouling shots goes, here's something else too. If you do this cleaning procedure I talked about, and you run the nylon brush with hops number 9 and 2 or 3 or 4 times, and then come behind it and clean it out with patches, how many fouling shots will it take to get that barrel when it comes online? This barrel here is taking about 3 to 4. If I just use this stuff in the chamber area and then pull a couple of patches and don't use any brush, it takes a shot or 2 less to come online. Okay. So for the best accuracy that this barrel can probably yield shot for shot, probably a good idea to clean it every box of ammunition. That's probably a good rule of thumb with this gun. For the extreme, you know, to squeeze out everything of the barrel, you just figure 3 to 5 foulers plus a box of shells, and you clean it after that, you'll be in good shape. Okay, now I do have other barrels. I've not done as extensive testing with them as I have this one, but I'll be watching them too. But I ain't gonna shoot them right now. This one here's shooting plenty good for me. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed.